How you doing?
Let's do this. Probably dinner time.
We already know that.
Yeah, why didn't you ever...
Future's so bright. Gotta wear shades.
I will set the speed.
Okay,
One,
sing dance.
2, 3.
Happy birthday
to you.
Why do you think you're so funny? Like, really?
Why?
Yeah, you laugh the hardest at your jokes.
Because they're so funny.
Better eat some for its gum. Oh my gosh, why did you do that? You just ruined my cronut. What is your stance on your ability to parent without me?
It will be rough. We will have days of sorrow. We will have moments of bad things happening. But in the end, I will triumph.
You're hot, babe. Thank you. Real money? I'm so proud of you. Sounds good. It smells really good. I'm pretty impressed. Yeah. You did that just to be funny, didn't you? It's not very funny.
Happy birthday, babe. This is it. This is the 40, the big 4-0. So many people didn't believe you'd make it to this point in your life, but you did. And that was one thing that I learned after being married to you, that you always come home. You might not be in one piece, but you always come home, and you love your family and your kids so much, and you have been such an impact on their lives and the lives of so many others that I wanted you to know that and see that through this video that turned out to be kind of long, because a lot of people wanted to share their stories with you about you and how you've impacted their lives, made them laugh, taught them something. So sit back and relax and enjoy your show.
Whoa. Hey, dude. How you doing? What? It's your birthday? And you're 40? No, you don't look a day over 12.
Happy birthday from here in Texas. We hope you're having a lovely birthday, Jared. We wanted to share a couple memories with you. So one thing I remember is when you were younger, and even now, you attack everything all the way with passion. So whether it was swimming, it wasn't so much about technique as just energy and passion and just going after it. And with the photography and video stuff you've been after, same thing. You just dive in and get after it. That really relates to your entrepreneurial spirit, where you just figure out a way to get things done. And so that's something we've all looked up to, your example of. And I also remember when you were younger, you were going to put a soda dispenser in the International Scout, and that always seemed like a dream to me, to have a soda dispenser in a car. And so I was always sad that that never fully came to fruition. And then I also remember your kind of Saved by the Bell 90s bleach hair. Anyway, we love you. We hope you have a wonderful birthday. Hey, can you wish a happy birthday?
Can you wave?
Wave. Say happy birthday, Jared. We love you.
Happy birthday, Jared. We love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Our favorite thing about you is your sense of adventure. So we wanted to say happy birthday from the Brooklyn Bridge.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. We love you.
Hi, Jared. We wanted to say happy birthday and tell you how much we appreciated all of the advice and time and all the hilarity that you brought us over the last 40 years. And so a perfect example of that is when I was in my early 20s and you shared some great wisdom with me. You likened me to Adam and Eve, and I was the forbidden fruit, and I was not to just let any man partake.
And I really appreciated the time you called me into the bathroom to save my Barbie from drowning that had somehow fallen into the toilet. But it wasn't my Barbie. It was something else that still haunts my dreams.
But seriously, we really do appreciate all of the time that you have spent with us. Like when you took me sailing on Utah Lake.
And I'll never forget the time that my cool older brother came to pick me up from first grade summer school and brought me a popsicle to walk home with him.
So in honor of your 40th birthday, we decided it was time to come clean.
Since infancy, Jared has had a hard time telling us apart.
And that's not entirely your fault.
We have been purposely trying to confuse you your whole life.
We did things to mess with you, like grow to the same height.
And both having blonde hair.
And even though I wear glasses, if you were going to be there, I made sure to wear contacts.
And on more than one occasion, we both told you we were the other person.
So now we want to set the record straight. I'm Holly.
And I'm Shelly.
I'm sorry, that was backwards.
Old habits die so hard.
Anyway, happy birthday. Love, Shahali.
Hi, Jared. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Well, you're very talented, that's for sure. I've noticed every time that you're into something or you're trying to do something, you go into it full-heartedly and you're able to harness and take those talents and make them yours.
You're passionate about life, and you've really shown me that there's no harm in trying, and that you can be anything you want to be and as many things as you want to be. So happy birthday. We love you. Happy 40, and keep going so we can add more to this list.
Happy birthday.
Love you.
Love
Happy
you.
birthday.
Bye.
Happy birthday, Uncle Jared. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, brother.
I always knew that you would just take care of things when you were around. So I always envied how much you knew. You always just knew so much more than I did. I always wanted to learn everything that you were learning in school. One thing in particular I remember that you taught me, I don't know if you remember this, we were walking right here along this sidewalk, headed up the hill towards home. You and Jeremy, you spelled out a word for me. It started with an F. You said, "Hey Ryan, did you know that this word is a swear word?" And then I said it out loud and you said, "Oh!" Anyway, it was right here that I learned the F word.
Okay, Jared, we wanted to be with you on this day more than any other. We know you're going to need some emotional stability and some support and wisdom, right? We're not the ones for that. Happy birthday, Jared. We're so happy to be part of this. There's so many things we could say about you, but you've got kids that are going to tell you, because pretty soon they're going to know everything. We really appreciate that you're a Renaissance man. From making snowboards, to filming, to photography, to audio, to hydroponics in your garage, to woodshop. Sailboats. Yeah. But we really appreciate how incredibly talented you are, what a good dad you are, and especially what a good son you are. You're always a laugh. Anyway, you don't need us to really tell you much, because you've got daughters. Just remember, eyes and ears. Tell those guys, I'm watching you. And whatever you do, don't teach your sons about funny cars in the garage. Sometimes it doesn't work out, and the fire does spread. What do you think, Mom?
Happy birthday, Jared. We love you.
We love you. We hope this is fun, because we know you're not actually getting older. Life just gets funner, and you have more opportunities to do fun stuff. Especially when you scoot the little kitties out of the house. Then the party really starts. So just hang in there for a few more years. Give your kids a hug, because they're not going to be around long. Love you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. birthday, brother Jared. I love you. You've been such a big part of my life. You know I love to snuggle. You're always there for me and Mom. Just happy 40th, big guy.
Thank you, Jared, for always being there for me. I love you with all my heart.
Happy birthday, Jared.
Happy birthday, Jared.
Hope you're having a great time at your party. Wish we could be there.
Come and see us sometime soon.
We love you very much. You're a great grandson.
Happy birthday, Jared. I wish I could be there to celebrate your birthday with you. Just want you to know how much I respect you. I think that you are full of energy, lots of fun, adventurous, and on top of that, you're an entrepreneur to the max, a self-made man. I also appreciate how much you take care of my sister, your mom, and I appreciate that very much. Have a good day. Love you. Bye-bye.
Happy birthday, Jared!
What are some words of wisdom your father has given you over the years?
One of them was, if you want to die young, keep doing what you're doing.
What were you doing when he said that to you?
We were skateboarding into the road.
That sounds smart. What about, it sounds like something your dad actually does all the time. He's made it to 40. Do you think following your dad's example will give you a long, happy life?
Happy, probably. Long, I don't know.
Okay, Ellie, do you have some fun memories of your dad?
Yeah, when we were little, he'd always tuck us in and he'd always do it really tight, and he'd do it in different ways that were really fun. I think my dad is caring and loving, and even though sometimes he's crazy, he's just trying to tell us what not to do. And my mom's telling us what to do. So it's a good mix. But my dad is really good at being a dad, and he's caring all the time. Birthday, Dad, I can't believe you made it to 40.
Happy birthday, Jared.
Hey, Jared. Happy birthday. I'm so glad that you can be a part of our family. You're such a great, funny guy. I'm glad how well you take care of my sister and my nieces and nephews. It's funny to think that you've known me more of my life than you haven't known me. Because I was such a little squirt when you guys met. But I hope you have a great birthday. And thanks for being the awesome, funny guy that you are.
Hey Jared, happy birthday. Man, I remember this one time when we went wind surfing, but with longboards in the middle of the University Mall parking lot, and we totally got busted by the cops. That was the quickest thing I could think of up on the fly, but happy birthday, man, love ya, and you've been a guy I've been looking up to for a long time, so keep it up. We'll see ya.
Happy birthday, Jared. I hope your coming year is really awesome.
Happy birthday to you.
All right, hey Jared.
Hey Jared.
Happy birthday. Here's baby saying happy birthday. Remember that one time way back when I was a kid and I went with you to go sailing on the beach alone and in your little car, and we got pulled over, and then I wimped out in trying to sail with you a couple times. It's still fun. Anyways, I don't know if you remember, but it was fun because all right, well,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Bye.
Hi, Jared. Happy birthday. I do have a memory that I want to tell you. When you came to pick Carrie Lynn up for a date, I think it was a high school dance or prom or something. She was really decked out. Very fancy date, I think it was for in high school, in a red Ryder truck, in a yellow Ryder rental truck van. Now, I want you to think about it. If somebody came to pick up Indy in one of those for a date, would you even allow that? It was amazing, but I was thinking, man, I don't think that guy's gonna be able to marry my daughter. And then look what happened.
And I remember you and Jeff were working on that white, I don't know if it was a Jeep or what it was that you had, but you were fixing the front end and you needed a really big socket. And I had one, and you came over, and you guys came over and borrowed it. And of course I knew you from church and everything. But then when you guys left, I just go, I'm sure glad that guy's not dating my daughter. But look what happens. And we're glad to have you now.
We love you.
You've grown up a little bit.
You are amazing, and you're super awesome, talented. You have many things you can do anytime you want to do. You can pretty much do anything that you want. And
I'm pretty happy with that you can do all of the things you do. So I don't have to come over like I do everybody else's house and fix things.
You're amazing. So we want you to have a great birthday, and we will see you on your birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's fun watching you turn into a master of many talents and see the things that you make and create, and your level, quiet personality is you're a cool guy. I'm glad to be able to share a part of your life at this time, and hope you have a very happy day.
Okay, what kind of things does your dad do that are not a responsible adult?
Like that one time he duct taped a bunch of chairs together on top of the table and put like Ellie on top.
When did he do that?
I don't think you were home.
What are some words of wisdom your dad has taught you?
Chin under your plate. Life's not fair. Get a job, you hooligan. If you want to die young, keep doing what you're doing.
What's your favorite thing about your dad?
It's nice to just like watch races and rocket launches and stuff like that.
What do you love doing with your dad?
I like him teaching me about photography and stuff.
What would you say one of your dad's greatest talents are?
Learning new things. Really good and quick.
And
becoming a...
Okay, rolling. So the big 4-0, I know everyone's always saying it, but that's pretty amazing. I'm coming up with that myself. I want to say happy birthday, my friend. And let's see, a really quick story about Jared. We've known the Janeses for many years, being neighbors. I've had the privilege to work with Jared over the last few years as he's dove headfirst into filmmaking in that wonderful industry, and it's always been super fun to have Jared on set. I'm always delighted when I get to call him for a project. Quick story, unless he's already told you this one's going to be fun. So the first time I hired Jared, I don't know, I guess he was nervous or he was thinking about something else. Anyway, I pulled up in the rig, honked the horn. He came running out. He had like a windbreaker on and something else. It was kind of cold that day. So we started driving. We were a couple blocks away going to set. And Jared's like, oh no, I forgot his shirt. And I was like, who have I hired? The guy forgot his shirt. So we had to turn around and get his shirt on. Don't ever forget your shirt, Jared, and I think you'll be fine. And again, love to have you on set. Love you as a good friend, man. Thanks a lot. And let me know how 40 goes, because I'm excited for it, right? Yeah.
Hey Jared, I just want to wish you a super happy birthday. I am sorry that I can't be there to celebrate with you, but have a fabulous day. And I just wanted to tell you that the number one thing that I love about you and that you have been an amazing example of since day one that I met you is to enjoy life and just to laugh. And I love that about you. And I love that you have kept my best friend laughing for more than 20 years. So you are an amazing guy. And I wish you the very happiest birthday.
Now, Indy, would you say your dad is a responsible adult?
Well, there have been a few times where I've asked myself that question, and sometimes the answer is no.
Milo, would you say that your father is a responsible person?
Well, it depends on the time and day. Because sometimes she's very responsible. Other times you can't even trust him with Coke.
Ellie, would you say your father is a responsible human being?
Sometimes.
Livy, would you say that your dad is a responsible adult?
It depends on what it's about.
Nash.
Right.
Would you say that your dad, Jared James, is a good dad?
Yes.
Hello, Jared, if that's even your real name. I got a message because you're turning 40 and was told to share a couple memories. So I literally jotted down about 15 that came to mind that I quickly wanted to share a few of those. In high school, our nickname was Dumb and Dumber, given to us by our swim coach, Doyle Acey. And part of the reason why is probably some of these things. I remember when we shoplifted at Kmart and I got out safely, and the second you got out with the goods, you held your bag up in the air and started screaming, "I got it! I got it!" and came running to the car, and the undercover cops came and got you and then came and got us and took us into the back and asked to see our IDs, in which case we asked if we could see their ID to see if they were really security guards. Then we asked to talk to our lawyers. Funny part about that is they said they were going to call our parents, so we needed to go home and tell our parents what we had done and then come back the next day with the money to cover the stuff that we stole. Jared went home, told his parents that we'd stolen and got grounded. I went home and said nothing, and they never ended up calling our parents. I love that in high school, Jared decided that he didn't want to follow the rules of his parents anymore, and so he lived in his backyard for 30 days. He invited me over one day for Ovaltine, and I remember watching Jared wash his clothes on a rock. Church ball was a classic. One year they decided in church ball to have people call their own fouls. Well, Jared didn't really understand what a foul was, and so as soon as the game started, he went and knocked over two guys, grabbed the ball and put it in the hoop, and didn't understand why everyone got so mad. Needless to say, that was the only year that they had call your own fouls. When Jared got in the only fight I think I ever know that he got in ninth grade, the school bully at the time, Paul Ofer, decided that he wanted to get in a fight with Jared. So Jared went to Tavita Longy, a tough guy in the school, to ask him a little advice, and Tavita told him, "Jared, you need to kick Paul in the balls." And so after one of the classes, Paul came up to Jared in a circle, went around him, and Jared learned a valuable lesson that day. Jared learned that if you kick the school bully in the balls as hard as you can, he's going to get on top of you and beat the crap out of you. Only fight I ever know that Jared did get in, though, and I think him and Paul became friends afterwards. Jared really trusted me for some reason, and I'm not totally sure why. But when we were on the swim team, we would write things on our bodies, and Jared asked if I would write Mountain View as number 1 on his back. At the time, Jared had a crush on a Canadian swimmer on our team named Jana Lynn Van Norman. So instead of me writing MV as number 1 on Jared's back, I wrote, I love Jana Lynn. Jared didn't even look in the mirror to see what I'd written, but went running out into the rec center in front of everyone, jumping around, screaming, Mountain View is number 1, Mountain View is number 1. But he did get a date with her later, so I guess that was a good thing. Balls of Steel, Jared somehow could take a shot to the groin, and it didn't even affect him. And we probably hit him with everything possible in the groin. And we actually were worried that he wasn't going to be able to have children, but as you can see, that turned out just fine. But Jared Janes, congratulations on turning 40. We didn't always know that we'd make it. We kind of thought the way we lived, we'd die somewhere in our 30s. But I'm really grateful for you and for your friendship. It was always neat when my daughter was born on November 29th.
What has your father taught you?
Stuff about computers.
Has he taught you how to be a gentleman?
No.
What's the thing you love the most about your dad?
He's funny,
He loves watching movies.
He's funny. He's funny.
Okay. Like that.
I love you, Dad. Hope you have a good birthday, and you're also so funny.
Jared, Mark Sullivan here. It's been a minute, a little over 20 years since we've, I think the last time I saw you was at my wedding. And I've been sad ever since. I've been waiting for the call, hasn't come, and, you know, hey, life gets busy, I guess, right? So, anyways, I wanted to share a story about you and I for your 40th birthday as we celebrate this big one. This story comes, I guess the setting would be nighttime, the sunset, Mr. Clark's geology field trip, I believe. And I'll never forget the night that you and I spent. No, it was great. It was a great time. I actually loved that trip. But what I remember is you were getting ready for a night picnic, I believe. You were dating somebody. I forget her name, but I'll never forget. Yes, Hugo Boss. You had this back in the day, and I've bought it since. And I always think of you when I spray and put this on. That smell. It says Jared. But we were doing a picnic, if you remember. You put out a blanket. I don't think you had flowers. And but I remember you had this flashlight. Because I said, well, it's going to be too dark. What are you going to do? And you unscrewed the top of the flashlight. You stuck it in the sand. And at that moment, I realized you were the man. And I wanted to be just like you. So anyways, we talked, I think, for a little bit. And then I think around that time, you might know the details a little bit better. I think we got naked and ran through the desert. It's good times. Anyways, I'm waiting for the call so we can do that again. Happy 40th birthday.
Listen, Linda. What happened was I got invited to go on a field trip as the PA or the
TA, teacher assistant.
And I had a buddy, his name was Mark, and we just thought it would be funny. We went to the sand dunes. We snuck out to the sand dunes one night,
and we were just like, hey, have you ever like ran naked through the sand dunes? And he was like, no. And I was like, do you want to try it? And he's like, sure.
Is that how it actually went? Like I can call up Mark Sullivan and be like, so Jared just asked you if you've ever done that, and you said no.
I mean, I don't know if I said, hey, what do you think about streaking through the sand dunes? Or what do you think about getting naked in the sand dunes and rolling around? No, that's not what I said. I just said, let's streak. It was just called streaking, and we wanted to streak.
But like that was like how it all came down.
And so we found a spot that looked very isolated, and we like kind of made a plan. Like, we're gonna get naked here, and we're gonna streak to that next hill, and then run back.
Get back in your clothes.
And get back in our clothes.
How did that turn out?
That's what we did. What's the point of doing that? It's just being free.
Did it feel amazing?
It felt amazing. We were amazing. It was like cool air, and it was a full moon, and we were like animals just streaking through the wild.
But do you think it was a little uncomfortable, like doing it with someone else?
It was pretty dark, so we didn't see each other naked.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Well, we weren't expecting any. It was for our own personal enjoyment.
Sounds like you achieved it.
Yeah, it was great. It was the pink coral sand dunes down here by St. George, and I can show you right where I streaked at.
That would be great. Let's do it. Let's do it. We want to see it on video. You don't want to see where? There's not going to be any remnants of them streaking. Oh. Okay, what do you love most about your dad?
He gives me Slurpee sometimes.
Oh, that is a good thing. Is he a good snuggler?
Yes.
And
he really is. And he tickles me too hard. I laugh really screaming.
He tickles you too hard. Yeah. You know what your dad's favorite color is? Look at me.
White.
White?
Yeah.
And what's your dad's favorite thing to eat?
Lasagna.
And what is your dad's favorite place to go?
To the rec center.
That sounds like all of your favorite things.
Happy 4-0, buddy. It's Victor, and it's story time. Everybody's got hilarious stories of Jared because he is just the funniest man on the planet. But I'm not going to tell a funny story. We were riding with our former boss down in southern Utah, Highway 12. Beautiful country. We had just left Escalante. Corey was in the lead, and then myself, and then as soon as Jared was ready, he came. And of course, we were all obeying the speed limit of 65 miles an hour, even Jared, who was catching up to us. Not too far out of town, I look in my mirror, and I see Jared come around a corner, and a big pile of dust, and motorcycle parts and limbs up in the air. And my instant thought was, oh, Jared just died. Apparently what happened is he got a little wide in the gravel, and then there was a culvert, and boom, end out. So I turn around to go back, and Jared's probably 100 feet off the road, and he's like, Victor, my leg's broken. I can see that, buddy. So got the paramedics called and went over to check on Jared since he had just flown well over 100 yards, probably closer to 500 feet. And he had a broken leg, for crying out loud. They get there and start giving him some morphine so that they can get him onto a gurney without screaming in pain. They gave him 1 milligram, and then 2, and then 3, and then kept going. They would give him 1, wait, he would say, don't touch me, so they would repeat. After a there a while. We'd been there for probably close to 45 minutes, and it's like, come on, guys, let's get out of here. So they finally start cutting off his pants, and this guy's cutting up Jared's leg, up his thigh, and Jared looks him dead in the eyes and is like, don't get jealous now. Oh, so good. Of course, they get his pants off, and it is a compound fracture. So switch gears, throw him in the ambulance, and they take off immediately. I didn't happen. I rolled a penguich, get to the hospital. Jared's comfy, cozy in bed. I walk in, and it's like, I get to fly on a plane to Salt Lake, a life flight. Oh, that's good, buddy. How long have you been here? I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. I was flying and couldn't catch up to you guys. He's like, yeah, that was the scariest experience of my life in that ambulance. I was white knuckling it, holding on to both sides. So the ambulance was scary. Okay. Anyway, moral of the story, Jared's alive. And if you're ever out in this beautiful country recreating, if you happen to be with Jared and he happens to be on 2 wheels, please have a cell phone that works and a medic kit handy. Happy birthday, buddy.
What are some fun memories you have of your father?
Not always, but he used to take me on like photo adventures. We would just go like random places and like take pictures for a while, and then eventually I'd get really cold and he would just like keep taking pictures, and I'd be like, Dad, let's go, and he's like, just one more picture, and then we'd be there for like 30 more minutes. And that's when I learned that my dad's sense of time and my sense of time are like really different.
So when your dad says, I'll be home in 10 minutes, what does that mean?
Usually an hour or more.
What are some words of wisdom your dad has shared with you?
Get a job, you hooligan.
And anything else you want to tell your dad?
I think my dad is hilarious, and he is a good father most of the time. And he's a good father all the time, but sometimes he's just crazy. And
well, anyway, congrats on making it all the way up the hill. You did it. Nothing but downhill from here. Yeah.
What we did do was we were really, really worried about sand getting into like
Any parts? Cracks or crevices?
And so we were very particular about how we folded our clothes and how we put our clothes on top of our shoes and how we didn't nothing.
Smart.
What is my favorite billboard?
And what do you love the most about your daddy?
I can't remember. Nothing else.
I was right. Oh, turn it off. Turn it off.